going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what you been doing, Ralph?
Working, breaking my toe
Wicked
Did you
in
really
the
break your
coal
toe?
mine.
in 2 places.
They
Smart
can't
people
do
are
anything
addicted.
about that, can they?
And still hiked in over half a mile to Skinny Dip Falls, shot the film, and got back out.
Nobody even saw you from underneath the bush. Is that right?
Right. No, well, of course, I didn't know my toe was broken then. I just knew my foot hurt.
You didn't know it was broken?
I wouldn't have done that if I'd known it was broken.
You said try to find a philosophy for.
Whatever's going on.
We're here to extract ourselves from insanity.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that.
Too late.
I think you're right.
It's a crazy world,
Too late for some of us.
and the goal in life is to pull away from the insanity.
I'll drink to that.
Why are you so dressed up today?
I've been out doing important things.
Oh, okay.
It's just because I have pearls on. When you have pearls on, that automatically elevates the way you look.
I've noticed that when I wear pearls.
I know. My girlfriend and I, when we renovated her house in New Orleans, put the new floor in from the Katrina flood, we wore our pearls.
Why you did it?
Really?
Yes. With
So
our
you
power
feel-
tools and pearls. Girls with power tools and pearls.
Or a dangerous combination.
That's very good. I hope you made a video of that.
I didn't, but let me tell you,
You
we
could
got our
have sold
fourth
that.
grade.
You could have sold that on the internet now. Girls with power tools and pearls.
I'm thinking of doing a cooking show.
What are you gonna cook?
I don't know, but we had to get a new stove. Our old stove was 40 years old, so I got this new fancy stove.
What did you get? A Viking?
No, not that fancy. I actually know what a Viking is. It's about $1,100 stove, but it has all sorts of electronic stuff. So I gotta use it now, right?
You gotta justify its existence.
Oh, so
Yeah.
obviously Ralph is gonna do a cooking show. That's right.
Obviously, yeah.
That's right. Like when Ralph gets in the car and goes somewhere, it's a show, right? If Ralph is gonna go out in his studio and play with his computer, it's gonna be a show,
Yeah.
right? So if
Because
Ralph,
then you can be a tax write-off, can it?
right? So if Ralph gets a stove, it's gonna be a show. You got any recipes?
Has written some cooking books,
Yeah, I have.
Oh well, you got it made then.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I
you
have
could.
credibility. I can't cook, but I got credibility.
You could. Yeah, you have recipe
Well,
books
then,
and
if you can't cook, how did you come up with your recipes?
Talent.
Talent?
he can write.
Lie.
That's called plagiarism.
He's lying.
He can write. He can't cook, but he can write.
Yeah, but I don't care how good you can write. You got to know if that measurement is going to. It's got to be right in the
Well,
recipe.
after they buy the book, who cares?
That's why you have
taste it
kitchen tested recipes. Can't just have recipes out of the top of your head.
I do it all the time. Watch my show.
What's your pen? What's your pen?
I guarantee it.
I was gonna say you could have a co-host, or you could have guests come on that helped you cook things. You see
Well, I'd
what-
have to cook for 'em.
I would help you.
She'd come on with some gumbo.
She makes good gumbo.
She hadn't tasted mine yet.
You make good gumbo?
I do all right.
I can't believe you stand over that stove and stir that roux for an hour and a half to get the just perfectly right color.
I'm into roux.
Me too.
I love roux.
I do too.
I don't stir it for an hour and a half, just to get that just right color. Do you know what I do? I turn it.
You put kitchen bouquet in there, don't you?
No. I turn it down on real low. Just enough for it to roll, not to boil, but to move.
Simmer.
On
Simmer.
Okay, but not a boil at all. It just you can see currents. It's
Medium low heat.
It's
is what you're talking about.
low even below medium low. It's low.
Okay, all right.
And it moves in a big
It
pot.
percolates.
In a big
Kind of
pot.
percolates.
It moves very slowly in a big pot. And I just put the lid on it and go to bed and let it do it
Really?
all night. Yeah.
What do you use as your oil?
Olive oil.
Olive oil? For gumbo?
Uh-huh.
Roux for gumbo?
What do you use?
Is that sacrilege?
No.
I use
She uses lard. She uses
organic Applewood smoked bacon fat.
bacon fat. Mhm.
Oh, Lord. I like that pork.
Or butter.
Butter.
Yeah.
Butter.
They'd run you out of town down in Louisiana for using olive oil in your
Butter.
roux.
Yeah,
That's what I
use
thought.
butter.
I do.
Lots of it,
I
right?
do use olive oil and butter. I'll admit to butter. I don't.
Now olive oil, I don't think.
There's
is
also fat
really-
back.
Yeah. You could do corn oil or butter.
No.
I mean, you could do corn oil if you're worried about the cholesterol content of animal fats.
Yeah, I do. I use some olive oil though.
Yeah.
Not a lot. A lot of butter, maybe.
Gumbo is one of those foods though that you suspend all the diets and worries you're on while you're eating.
You can't even be thinking about that
Yeah.
crap.
But actually, a couple of strips of bacon will put the flavor in there that you
Yeah.
need. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
You don't need a whole lot.
Bacon adds everything. One of the new drinks, I saw this on the internet today, is you can have martinis with bacon in it now, and they say it's really good.
Martinis.
They'll put anything in a martini
Smoked,
these
not stirred.
days.
What happened to the good old days?
Good to see you back.
Back in my day, whenever I did martinis, and I did 12 one night at the Officers Club in
Hey.
Fort Benning, Georgia.
Been listening. You sound good.
Well, we've drunk.
No, I remember it because I went back the next night and the waitress said, "We were very worried about you."
We've
Yeah, after
been,
12 martinis.
Get a cup over there.
we've been to the same
I'll
place.
give you this one. I'll give you one.
I've drunk at
this
the
tea right
Officers
here?
Club at Fort Benning.
Yeah. Yeah. My house used to be right across
Yeah,
the
you
street
would.
from it. There's a polo
yours.
field in front of my yard
Yeah.
on Sigerfoos, and you could just go straight across. You could do it.
Yeah.
You could do it after drinking 12 martinis. You could stumble back across the polo field, and you're laying right in my front yard.
You know.
Oh yeah. I used to be a heavy drinker at one time.
No more.
12 martinis is a lot for a little girl.
12 martinis is a lot for anybody. I've drank a few of them things. So how do you drink your martinis? Stir or
I
shake?
drank Tanqueray gin put in the freezer so that it's very cold, and you pour it into a silver cup, and a cup immediately frosted over. And you put like a little lemon twist or a little tiny bit of vermouth.
Nice.
They were good.
You just tasted
Yeah,
it.
that's-
The tea. Okay.
Not a
We
good
don't
thing.
cook you
Why
on
were
it.
you at Fort Benning?
My first husband was there. He was
Oh.
teaching at the infantry school.
Oh,
You
man,
know,
I
you remember the
forget.
statue
Jump
in front
school?
of
Was
the-
it jump school?
No, he was teaching
No,
at the infantry school.
I went to the infantry school. You remember the statue in front of the infantry school, the Follow Me statue, and he's saying, "Follow me." There's no one behind
where'd
him.
you get
There's
these?
never anyone
Nobody's
behind
following
him.
him. No one's following.
Yeah.
Let's don't say we did.
I learned that lesson in Vietnam. You don't say "follow me," you say "you." Go up there.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, you look around, that was the way it was with
Oh, okay.
some of the Vietnamese troops.
John.
And they were smart enough
You don't
smart
mind
to
if I
do
put
that.
this
You
on
know,
my
they were not
coat?
stupid.
Please do.
Okay, y'all, I'm going for good now. Good to see
Okay.
you.
Good to see you again.
Come
I
back
got-
if you're
I got
riding
some.
up there.
Yeah, he's right here.
Ah,
Pass one
Hey.
along.
Passing out all kinds of things.
I'll pass one along. Did anybody
And I
watch?
got my URTV button.
Anybody watch the Colbert Report? I guess it was last night. I don't know. I got a link to
Watch the what?
the Colbert Report.
Oh, Colbert. Stephen Colbert.
see that? Colbert.
Stephen Colbert. He did sort of a tribute to.
I thought you were talking about Colbert. I didn't.
No. Colbert, don't you know? But anyway, he did sort of a tribute to Albert Hoffman.
Oh, yeah?
Wait for a moment.
Yeah, Mr. Humphrey.
In a comedy skit, you know.
Yeah, of course.
At the,
He's not a serious scientist like you are,
who?
Stephen Colbert.
No. Well, he did put an egg in a bottle. He did the old Mr. Wizard trick of putting a
boiled egg?
a boiled egg in a milk bottle. Uh-huh.
By heating the bottle up and
Yeah, you throw a match down in there.
Bottom,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and it will do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll suck it right in. Does
The
it
trick
really
is
not
getting
break
it out.
It doesn't break it,
Not a hard boiled egg. You just take the shell off and you stick
but
it.
it'll swink it down enough.
Or
Yeah, I mean, it'll.
Or you
it'll
do what
crack
we
a
used to
little.
do. We used to take an egg and put it in vinegar. And leave it for about 2 days, and it'll make it like a little rubber ball.
Yeah.
And then you do the same
Hey,
thing. and
come
then
on
you shell
in.
it.
You were being requested earlier.
Yeah, but I
Well,
couldn't remember what song it was. I
Like
wanted. I
Alfred, yeah,
almost
make
had it on the
all
tip of my
the
tongue.
good.
It's a black group that did it.
You
Did
leave
you
it
hear
long
your
enough
name
in
being
vinegar to
mentioned?
actually dissolve it.
Really?
No, but my ears are always ringing. Ooh, I know that.
Oh no.
It went away.
Oh darn! I just realized I gotta go set up the Glow Lady show.
Oh well, you better run.
Yeah,
Have a cookie.
I'm gonna take me a cookie when I go.
Take your tea or something, or swig it down. Just kill it.
Chug.
Yes.
Yeah,
Kill it
it's
that
good
way.
tea.
It'll help the cup know what to do with it.
See, I thought it was 4:40 when it's 5:41. Where does time go when you're editing?
Good question. I don't think anybody
I
figured
know,
that
I
out yet.
wish you could put that in the bank.
Usually Glow Lady's here by now. We want to put this, John. Where want me to put this over there? Okay.
Yeah. Could someone reach in the big box over there and get Larry a cup for some tea? Because I'm gonna. This is Friday.
I was going to suggest that people running for the URTV board
Yes.
come by the Tea Party and announce it like Dabney did.
Well, that's a good idea. Casey Waters asked me to ask you and Joe if you and Joe thought that he would be a good person to be on the board or not. He's considering whether or not to run, and he wanted to find out what y'all's opinion.
Putting his toe in the water to test it, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
But I told him what I wanted to ask y'all is the email was rather brief.
Yeah.
And if I understood the email correctly, let me put my earphones on so I know so we can, there we go. If I understood the email correctly, it was saying that we have a total of 2 member elected seats
That's correct.
on the board, and that one of those is coming up for
Re-election.
re-election,
That was Peter's spot.
and that was Peter's spot. Okay, now is that, have you been filling in that spot
No.
or no? Okay,
No,
nothing else changes.
No, Joe is the other member.
Okay,
Yeah, elected member.
okay, you weren't
I'm
elected.
not elected, I'm appointed.
Okay, you're more like
I
the.
don't have to play politics, like me or not.
Okay, all right. I was under the impression at some point that I had heard, and you can tell me if this is correct or not, that the appointed board members, that as their terms are up, that they're wanting to trade those in to create more elected spots. Is that correct?
No.
That's not correct.
Never heard that.
Okay, I did hear that, but that's.
No, I said I never heard
Oh,
it.
you never heard it. You're not saying it's correct or incorrect. You never heard it.
Since I haven't heard it, it's probably incorrect.
Okay.
No, seriously, I'm on the board, so I would have heard it.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
You gotta remember, the board is pretty complex because we represent the city, the county, URTV, et cetera.
Right.
So there are other stakeholders besides just the members.
Okay, now I signed Davine's paper.
Yeah,
Am I
good.
allowed to sign any other papers or is,
sure, yeah.
okay.
There's no limit on that.
Okay, it doesn't mean just because you sign something.
The reason for the recommendations, if you can't find 10 people that would,
It's
say
probably
you're
not
okay,
worth messing with.
you probably don't need to be running. If you have
And
that
your
few
mother
friends,
counts. Your mother
yeah,
counts now.
Okay.
has to be a member of URTV.
All right. Okay. I think we set
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing, and it sort of snuck up on us. We have to announce 60 days before the yearly members meeting, because that's when the vote takes place, and we made it with 2 days to spare.
all right. All
We're
right.
meeting on the 17th of July.
And somebody said, "Whoa, we need to do this."
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
yeah.
well,
but
somebody.
we did it. Yeah,
you know.
so we're
All right.
moving right along.
Okay.
And we
How's funded for URTV?
do what?
How is the funding for URTV?
It's good.
Could be better.
Yeah, we're really rolling hot right now, as we used to say in Vietnam.
All right.
But
Good.
we are.
Excellent. Excellent. I like that.
So
You know.
we're doing well, and we're getting lots of programs. We're getting more and more members. Things really are going good.
Well, we've got a thing coming up. The thing is Media Fest coming up
Right.
June 13th, 14th, and 15th, and we want to say that just as badly as we want to say things are as much as like they are now. Actually, things are more like they are now than they ever have been.
Good way of putting it.
Hey, Larry,
How you doing?
you're scarcely on the camera.
Good. I'm scarcely scarce.
You can.
Your aura.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pack up really quick after the tea party today and run to the graduation ceremonies. Joe graduates today.
He announced that last night
Yeah.
at the board meeting. Yeah,
So I'm.
he's done good.
Yeah.
I graduated from AB Tech
Did you?
a long time ago.
Huh?
Electronics technology.
Oh, you did. That's right. They taught tubes there, I guess, when you went there.
Yep. And spark gaps and no, we didn't have spark gaps.
They didn't have spark
You know what a
gaps.
spark gap is?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That was
they
AB College?
they taught you.
Yeah, I went there.
They
And
taught
AB
you.
Tech, yeah.
They didn't teach you spark gaps.
No.
No, well, then,
but I knew
then-
about them.
Then how
I
did
built
they
one.
how did they expect you to make a Tesla coil if they didn't teach you spark gaps?
I know how to make. I guess I still know how to make a spark gap transmitter.
Yeah,
Talk about wide bandwidth.
the wideband. That's right. That's
Very
right.
wide bandwidth.
Wideband. There's several ways to make those.
Yeah.
But you're right. That's a wide. But you can narrow it down. You can add filters to it and control that and stuff like that. But I'm all about a Tesla coil, and they use a spark cap.
And Van de Graaff generators. But yeah.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, the Van de Graaff generator came into its own. Got a new boost in the arm when they came up with particle accelerators, because the Van de Graaff accelerator, the most economical way to come up with those kind of voltages was a Van de Graaff generator.
Yeah.
Tell us. What is a Van de Graaff generator?
Well, it's a Van de Graaff generator. I suspect is similar to the Ark of the Covenant, in that you can use a big rubber band and a piece of wool. What you do is you have a base with a motor in it that runs, and a big belt that runs up over a pulley and comes down, and you run that through a piece of PVC or some kind of plastic.
Static?
Static. And
Yeah, but it's several million volts of static.
and then you put
You take your feet across the carpet and touch the door handle and you explode, right?
you're a Van de Graaff generator.
No, you can hold your finger out and you'll arc to it, and your hair will stand out all the way. Didn't you have that in high school?
Oh,
We
yeah,
had
but
that
we didn't
once
call
or
it,
twice
yeah.
a year. We'd have a show like that. Somebody come around.
That's right. That's right. I always loved it.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. Right. And they run that belt up there, and then up on the top end, they'll rub a little something on it, and then, like I say, a piece of wool or something like that, you can rub on it, and then they put that inside a sphere, an aluminum sphere or some kind of a metal sphere, where the pulley is that's on. And
Was that what they did with the Frankenstein movies? Was that a Van de Graaff generator?
no,
one with
most
a
of the time
lever.
that was a different kind of generator, something closer to Tesla coils usually, but what determines the voltage on a Van de Graaff generator is really how long the pipe is between the base and the top, because that's what determines the insulation, the distance that the arcs will eventually.
So the Earth is a Van de Graaff generator.
in
What
some
lightning is.
in some
Yeah.
in some ways the Earth is, and we have great potential between different layers of the atmosphere and the Earth. Yeah.
And sometimes that potential's realized. It's called a lightning strike.
That's right. So, I got 10 minutes left here. Are you 10 minutes left? Are you ready to?
You know what?
You don't know the words, do you?
You know?
No, I was gonna. I don't know. I know those words, but I was gonna. I was gonna suggest hang Donald Rumsfeld.
No. I'm afraid that they'll see that and send me to Guantanamo Bay.
All right. Well, let's chicken out because it won't be long till I'm gonna run.
No, we'll sing it.
I'm gonna run my final roll.
My sweet fix of the day. Sorry, but I didn't have time to date.
You like a cookie? I baked. I even made the plastic.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, out of recycled plastic?
yeah.
Wow, what cool. Yeah, no, I'm gonna pass today.
We all work together, we can totally disrupt the system.
Does it say that?
Yeah.
So it says,
I want the cup. Can I have the cup?
Can you have the cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, you may have the cup while you like it.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I found it at a thrift store.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it was a dime or $2 or something like that. You know, my price. It's a good cup. Yeah.
nice.
Hang down around the tree when the revolution comes.
You got time for one song.
I'm gonna sing Donald Rumsfeld from a sour apple tree. Gonna hang Donald Rumsfeld, watch him swinging free. Gonna swing him high, gonna hang him low. When it did, gonna hang him low. Gonna hang him from a sour apple tree when the revolution comes. Going up to Washington and walk right in the front door. Say to Mr. President, this stuff don't get it no more. Gonna take you and Mr. Rumsfeld, Vice President too. Gonna hang them all to the National Mall. This is what we're gonna do. Gonna hang Donald Rumsfeld from a sour apple tree. Gonna hang Donald Rumsfeld, watch him swinging free. We're gonna swing him high, we're gonna swing him low. And when he's dead, we're gonna hang him more. We're gonna hang him from sour apple tree when the revolution comes. Well, we're tired of all this pain and suffering. We're tired of pain and woe. We're tired of all your pasty white faces, our nose. Well, we're tired of torture and extraordinary rendition. Gonna send you back to the farm where you can't do no harm. But there is one condition. We gonna hang Donald Rumsfeld. I'm all alone in this now. Come on, speak up. From our apple tree. Gonna hang Donald Rumsfeld. Watch him swinging free. We're gonna
Hang him high, we're gonna hang him low. And if he don't die, we're gonna hang him some more. We're gonna hang
from a sour apple tree when the revolution comes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like to see people get, and bombed out of their homes. Don't like to see those little Iraqi children out in the world all alone. I don't like going to war over presidential deception. I don't believe in capital punishment, but I will make one exception. Hang Donald Rumsfeld from Sour Apple Tree. Hang Donald Rumsfeld just to watch him swinging free. We're gonna hang him high, we're gonna hang him low.
And if he don't die, we're gonna hang him some more. Hey,
We're gonna hang him on Sour Apple Tree when the revolution comes. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. That was just a joke.
was that a joke?
That's just a bad joke.
Watch The Casey Waters Show, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. on URTV. Join me, your host, Casey Waters, as I present to you unique and useful insight into complex niches of philosophy with a Buddhist, Christian, existential, personal, eclectic perspective. Also, I present fantasy fiction of my own creation that relates to all sorts of attitudes that are interwoven to give you a fresh new perspective on situations. Also, I have book reviews on my show. I review books that deal with frontier quantum physics, UFOs, prayer, and other topics. Also included in the Casey Waters Show is fascinating graphic artwork by Judson Laird, featuring his varied styles of captivating art that are manipulated using interesting graphic techniques. So, don't forget to watch The Casey Waters Show, Sunday nights, 9 p.m. on URTV. You never know what will be next on this wonderful show.
Good morning. Welcome to the Pleasure Saucer. Always Cry Theater and Private Fire.
There it is, Instant Karma. Our sponsor today, Instant Karma.